All right, so today we are going to check on our forms that are due on our parent portal profile. So I have made a parent portal profile for my brother under his name. And if I've logged in, which is at shrinemontcamps.campmanagement.com/campers, you should be able to log in there. And if you need a password, then you can email Megan and she'll reset yours for you. You're going to come over here to the left side of the screen and you're going to go to enrollment first. And if you have a camper, it'll show up here. Now, if you don't have a camper, then you'll go through the process of adding that. Your forms are going to be located over here underneath enrollment. So first, we are actually going to make a camper. So if you haven't registered yet, you can do that this way. So I'm going to say that I'm a camper, so I'm going to add my name in. I am female. Now when you get to date of birth, you do not have to go through this. You can actually type it in. So you can say 03, and see March came up, 09, 1985. But of course I don't want to put in my real age if I'm pretending to be a camper because then I would be too old for all the sessions. So I'm going to say 2009. Alright, so if I do that and I hit enter, then I have March 2009, March 9th, 2009 come up, and now I have my date of birth. So again, I can type it in. If I hit enter, then I will come up with it correctly on the calendar, and I need to click on the day, March 9th, 2009 in my case, and then my date of birth will be entered correctly. Grade entered in the fall. Let's see, let's do some math. 10, so let's say 4th grade. Camper lives with other, because I live by myself. Camper's gender, just in case we didn't get it beforehand, or you want to enter something different. And then what you need to make sure that you have is a list of all the adults that the camper may be released to with phone numbers. Some of you have already filled out registration. If this is the case, you need to go back and fill this out if possible. So, all the adults at the camper may be released with phone numbers. I'm going to say my mother, who's Mary Beth. And I'm going to say mother. And I would actually put in her phone number. I don't want to give her phone number out to the world, so I'm not going to do that right now. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to enter my father, Noldy, father, and I would enter his phone number. Then I'm going to enter my aunt, and phone number. And then if there's any adults that the camper can't be released to, maybe there's a custody issue or what have you, you can list those here, their first and last names, please. And then, of course, you'll need to tell us your camper's t-shirt size for this year. So we have adult, small, medium, large, extra large, and we have youth, small, medium, and large. Add camper. Alright, so now we have our camper. To actually enroll this person, I would need to upload a photo. So I'm going to click on my little person placeholder. It's going to take me to my computer and I can pick a photo. Now we would prefer a picture of your camper, but if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can upload a placeholder image, which is what I'm doing right now. And now I have a profile photo. I have to do that to be able to actually enroll this camper for this year. So now I'm going to click on the blue enroll button. Step 1, I get to pick which camp. It's sorted by age. So if your age is not correct, then you won't see the camp that you want. And so camps that this camper is not the right age for are not going to show up here. So let's see. I like art, so we're going to pick art camp. Add option. I could add more than one if I wanted to. But now that I've got it down here, I'm going to go down to save and continue. And then it's going to ask me a few questions. Is this the first time at camp? We're going to say yes. If your camper is differently abled in some manner, then you can enter that there. I'm going to say NA, which is something that you have to enter if there are no ways in which your camper is differently abled. Any life events that might come up, maybe somebody passed away recently, maybe the family's going through some sort of difficult time, you can enter those there, or you can leave it blank. Anything else we should know? This is generally, they are scared of the deep end, or they love the outdoors but they're scared of bugs, or something that is helpful for us to know. And then photo release, you need to pick either I give or I don't give consent for photos to be used that are taken at camp. You're going to sign it, so I'm pretending to be my brother, and we're going to pick today's date, which is June 3rd. And then I can come down here and I have additional questions. I can buy various things from the camp store, magnets, postcards, window clings, all kinds of stuff I can donate to the camp scholarship fund. I'm not going to choose any of those, except, no, we'll do a $10 donation to the camp scholarship fund. And we're going to click save and continue. At this point, if you're registering, we do not have scholarship forms available for download because we are processing them on a rolling basis. So if you are interested in a scholarship, then we do still have a few left, and you need to email me, which is Megan Nolde, and the email address is right here, campregistrar@thediocese.net, and tell me a little bit about what funding you need and some background on your request, the circumstances of your request, as well as somebody that we can call as a reference if we need to, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Another thing to note is that you have to give us some sort of current physical or examination record that's been signed by a physician. It has to be signed in order for your camper to attend camp. So it's telling you all of that, so you can go down here and you have standard forms. This is our notice of HIPAA privacy practices. You don't need to do anything with this other than read it so that you understand what we do to make sure that everything that you give us is kept private. We have the space for the physician's physical form. Excuse me. This should be available for download. If it's not, then you can email me at campregistrar@thediocese.net and I will send you a copy. You've got health history form part 1, 2, 3, and 4 under your medical forms for 2019. We're going to go to those in just a second. The only one that you have to fill out to register is this one that says required, part 1. So we're going to click on that. It's going to take us down to our basic information, 5 feet, 8 inches, 165. If you have any allergies, you're gonna add them here. So let's see. We are going to come down here to our allergy number 1. I am allergic to pollen. And I'm going to pick environmental allergy. And runny nose, sneezing, etc. I'm going to say that I take Allegra. And that'll help the nurse. Allergy number 2, adhesive, other, and most medical, I can't spell today. Medical adhesives cause red welts on skin. Alright, if you have any more allergies, you're going to come back up here to add another allergy, and it'll drop down and it'll say allergy number 3, and you can keep going if you need to. We're going to go to dietary information. I'm going to select regular. It's not required if it's regular. If you do have a camper with certain dietary restrictions, please let us know. You can do that down here. And then we have a restrictions section. Are there any restrictions that they have at camp? I'm going to say no. Insurance information. We're going to say yes. Camper is covered by family, medical, and hospital insurance. Anthem. Blue Cross Blue Shield. And then you would put in the phone number, so we're just going to make something up for now. Group number, policy number, subscriber's name is me, and my subscriber's date of birth. If your subscriber is the parent, you would enter the parent's name, and the subscriber's date of birth is same thing like before, 03, 09, 1985. I can type it in, I can hit enter, and then it'll come up, and where the blue highlighted circle is, I'm going to click so that I can go to the next part. I'm going to enter my name to sign that this is correct. I'm going to say submit. Alright, and now I have Health History Form Part 1 submitted. So we'll go to these in a second. We'll go to the rest of these in a second. Right now we're going to say save and continue because that's all I have to be able to register. So right now this is my bill and my deposit. I'm going to say $730 is for art camp, $10 for the camp scholarship fund, so that comes to $740. We require a $75 deposit. We're going to say pay deposit, $75. We're going to click a check. It'll give check instructions. If you wanted to do credit card, then you would enter your credit card information like you see here. So we would have name, card number, expiration, billing address, etc. I'm going to say check because I don't actually want to enter a registration today. I'm going to go in and cancel this later on my end. And then I'm going to pick a payment schedule. So I'm going to pick May through August. And that tells me when my remaining payment dates are. I'm going to have one on the 30th of June, one on the 31st of July, and one on the 31st of August. We have our terms and conditions, which you'll want to read through. We'll have that you have to click that you have read and agreed to them. And then you're going to fill out your signature one more time and submit your enrollment request. Now when you see it says enrollment complete, when you see this green screen, it means that you have done everything you need to do so far to enroll your camper. If you never see this green screen, it means that you did not finish enough information to complete your enrollment request. If you don't understand what you need to do to make that happen, please contact me at campregistrar@thediocese.net and I will help you figure it out. Now, that's what we do if we're going to enroll a camper. Say you've already enrolled your camper and you want to figure out what your forms are. So after you've logged in, you're going to come over here to Forms, and it'll say Forms for Megan Nolde, or whoever your camper is. I'm going to click on that. And you can see I've got a space here for my physical form. We'll get to that in a second. My Health History Form Part 2, I still need to do that, 3 and 4, so I'm going to come to 2. Click on it. This is your immunization record. Now, if you submitted your immunization record as part of your physical, you can go ahead and leave this blank because we will have your immunization record one way or another. If you want to do us the giantest favor ever and go ahead and enter the information from that immunization record in here, it would help us be able to search them later. But technically, we will probably only need your immunization record if something happens to your camper and we can access it through their physical. So it will ask you a few questions and then you'll have to sign it and hit submit. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to go back to Forms over here. Come back here to Forms for the camper. We're going to go down to Part 3. Click on the blue Health History Form Part 3. It'll ask for medications that you take. It'll start off with number 1 and it'll go through everything that you could possibly need. This is for regular medications. This is not for over-the-counter medications. So keep that in mind. So I might put in the Nexium that I take for heartburn on a regular basis. I might put that one in here. After you do number 1, then you can add another medication up here at the top. It'll populate, it'll say medication number 2 down below this first one that we've already filled out. And you can keep on doing that. So I would add medication number 2 all the way through, and then I would come up, if I needed another one, I would say add another medication. Once I finish all the medications that the camper does take, if they take any, Then I'm going to go to forbidden over-the-counter medication. So anything that we would have over-the-counter that we would just keep in the infirmary that you do not want us to give if your camper needs it, you can click that. If you don't have anything to enter, your camper takes no medications, and there's no forbidden over-the-counter medications, then you can just sign it. And click submit. And then we're going to return to forms. So now we've done both of them. We're going to do health history form part 4. And this is your emergency contacts. So this is the people that if something goes wrong and we can't get a hold of the parents first, the people that we are going to want to contact in as a backup to the parents or guardians. So you can see we have emergency contact 1 and 2. Please give us all of this information with a primary phone for that person and an alternate phone. We have healthcare providers in case we do have to take them to MedExpress and MedExpress wants to contact their doctor. So we have primary doctor name and phone number. We even have dentist information, orthodontist information if you have it. And then we have a general health history. Please also fill this out because this will help us if your camper does have to go somewhere for medical treatment. We will take the profile off of the database and send it with them unless it is an absolute emergency and we don't have time to do that. We'll send it afterwards if we have that kind of situation. So please answer these questions. When you answer these questions, we've got mental health history too, which is helpful for us. We have custom medical questions. These are more geared for our campers that are at St. Elizabeth's Camp. So if you do not have a camper at St. Elizabeth's Camp, you do not need to fill out the custom medical questions. And then we have an authorization to treat. We have both this authorization down here that gives permission for physicians that we send your camper to if there's an emergency to treat them. We also have up here the staff of camp, so our nurses, to administer first aid and routine health care too. So you're going to enter that, you're going to enter your signature down there, permission to treat, and then you have to enter your signature again so that we know that you did or read the entire page. Then you're going to hit submit. Alright, now I'm not going to do that because I don't need to fill out emergency contacts because I'm not going to give all of that information out to the world. And I also don't need to I don't want to make you watch me fill out my entire health history. But once you do that and you hit submit, then it'll take you to the same green page, and that means that you're done with that part of the forms. So, go back to forms. You can see I've got a big green check next to the ones that I've completed. It's gray next to the ones that I've not completed. It's a space here for my physician's physical form. I'm going to click on that. And you can see that you can upload that form once you get it. So if that form is on your computer, you're going to be able to upload it. So I'm going to click where it says press to upload. I'm going to go and find my physical form, school entrance form. I'm going to open it. Now when it's ready for me to submit, it's going to be green. I'm going to come over here and click submit. And now my physical form is submitted. So I'm going to return to forms. And now you can see I've got 3 of 5 things that I need done. Again, the HIPAA privacy practices you don't need to do anything with. Now, last but not least, we're going to look at financials. So over here on the left hand side you can see the little financial tab. I'm going to click on that. We don't have a financial summary yet, but because we don't have a payment plan and we don't have a payment method on file. If for some reason your camper has been registered by someone other than you, for example, if you sent it a paper form to me and I registered them and you want to be able to pay online, you can click add payment method, credit card, and it will give you the same information that we saw earlier. It'll give you a space to say who you want to send invoices to, and then you can save your preferences there. You can go to your account here at the bottom, by the way, and it will give you all of your contact information for your family info. It'll give you a space to change your password, and it'll give you email preferences. If we click the little house, it'll take us to the home page. So that's that. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email Megan at campregistrar@thediocese.net. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.